Greetings to our viewers at home. Welcome to another soccer betting news video. I am your host, Ayanda Vezi, and I'm not alone. With me is Ubanele Pigwa Banza. Welcome again. We have a great football ahead of us this weekend. SuperSport United hosting Sekhukhune United. Coach Kaitano Tembo revisiting his former employees. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, greetings to the viewers at home. It's interesting football, like you said. I mean, we saw both teams winning midweek, with the Sekhukhune obviously beating Orlando Pirates, causing a huge upset there after all the hype and talks about the Orlando Pirates from the previous game against the Mamelodi Sundowns last week Saturday. And SuperSport, they're now 5 points behind the Mamelodi Sundowns, tied with 14 points with Pirates. Nobody saw it coming, especially after selling your Mbules, your Ronwen Williamses, and in January selling players like Abutebo Mukwena. So all to Mamelodi Sundowns, we all thought, hey, SuperSport, they're coming in with a lot of MTC players. They'll be there or thereabout in the relegation zone. But look at where they are. 5 points behind the Mamelodi Sundowns. And we can then say now, I mean, a quarter into the season, they slight league contenders. So this is going to be an interesting game coming from a 3-1 win midweek. So I think it'll be interesting. SuperSport obviously playing at home. Yeah. I do give them this game. I think they've played with so much confidence. They were unlucky in the game against Chiefs, but I think for me, SuperSport, your Hroblers, Umagaman, back-to-back goals in the two previous fixtures. It says a lot about team. He's playing with so much confidence. Hrobler too is getting there. Kabuza is finally getting his scoring points. So I think for me, it's going to be a tight clash. I know Sekhukhune caused an upset against Pirates, but I'll side with SuperSport here. I think Matsantsantsa will win this game.
Yeah, okay. Moving on Saturday's fixture, we have Orlando Pirates welcoming Richards Bay. So it's the first time these both sides meet for the first time back in the DStv Premiership. Pirates are obviously coming off from a defeat to Sekhukhune United. How do you see Pirates bouncing back on this one?
I think it's important. This is a very important game. I mean, when we looked at Pirates' October fixtures, we all said they've got the toughest schedule. Back-to-back games, not back-to-back, 2 games against Sundowns. There's Chiefs, there's Amazulu, there's Arrows. Teams that are there or there. You're facing all the MTN 8 semi-finalists, and we looked at this game, this on paper was supposed to be the one game we confidently say Pirates at home to Richards Bay, but it won't be like that. And you look at Richards Bay, where they are on the log, how they've started, So it's a tough game. It's a very, very tough game. Beginning of the season, maybe we wouldn't be saying this, but yeah, it's a very tough fixture for Pirates. They have to bounce back. Otherwise, they're going to feel the pressure. I mean, already some people are doubting who coach Jose Rivero, looking at how the number of goals Pirates have scored. In the last 4 games, they've only scored 2 goals, which is not good. It's not a good return. Failed to score in each of the last 2 against Sundowns and against Sekhukhune. If they fail to score here again, there's going to be a lot of pressure. So players like your Libasas, players like your Dean Hortos, Erasmus is there now. They need to start scoring. And, there was a lot of hype also with the midfield. I played well, but also some have suggested, including myself, that yes, he is in position. Yes, he plays well in the midfield, but he hasn't really came with those passes that are going to let the striker loose and put him one-on-one against a goalkeeper, So we haven't seen that from him. Like we saw, if I'm making an example, like Usekhoda when Chiefs played Amazulu on the weekend, he set up Ashley Dupreez and he set up Caleb one-on-one with the strikers, and they missed, then we can't fault a forward for that. But with Undlondlo, we haven't really been seeing that, We've got to Miguel Team who's protecting the defense and is linking up well with Umusele, so the defense is protected. All you need to do is just supply the forwards, and that hasn't been the case. Even the players playing on the sides, also Pirates, they haven't came to party. We saw the rotation. Mudlamini coming back, Monepule Saleng being on the bench, Pule as well. They haven't really gotten going and say, but they've been supplying the strikers and the strikers are missing. So there's a lot that Jose Rivero needs to work on that Pirates forward.
Well, I believe coming into this game, some of Orlando Pirates fans will say this is the time where you start Kermit Erasmus. Do you think that is possible in this fixture?
Yeah, look, I mean, they've already played 2 games, coming on as a sub on both occasions. So it is a right time now to gradually say, okay, now you can start, or maybe put him exactly on the 45th minute, like start of the second half, ease him in. Remember, this is a player that hasn't been playing much for the last 2 seasons,
Definitely.
So for a team like Pirates that's challenging for the league, that's challenging for the MTN 8, you have to be very careful on how you deal with how you manage Kemit Erasmus. And 2, is a very fragile player that easily gets injured. So you don't want to put him in now and then boom, an injury that affects you, and then you're now stuck with your Evangas and all of that. They're still good players, but you still need Erasmus to lead the line. And we know what dangerous Erasmus. I mean, we saw at Cape Town City what he used to do. So maybe this is a type of game you can start him. But I'd still think the coach maybe will give him more minutes, maybe start him 45th minute, then say, play 45 minutes, let's see how you do. Then you can then start talking about starting and things like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he starts, but I wouldn't complain if he gets a second half again and come on as a sub.
Okay, your predictions?
I think Pirates should win. It's a tough game, but for the Panthers at home, you can go win or draw, but I can go on Pirates just because they're at home. Orlando Stadium, they've played well there, so I think maybe this is a time for them to bounce back, and I'll go for Pirates here to get a narrow win.
Okay, we wrap up this weekend's fixture with Stellenbosch United welcoming Kaizer Chiefs. The last time Stellenbosch played Kaizer Chiefs, they lost in the MTN 8 on penalties, but Stellenbosch have beaten Chiefs twice last season.
Yeah, look, one of the teams that took 6 points from Chiefs, Royal AM being one of them, and we saw where they finished. Stellenbosch sold a lot of players, and that's why they've started very slow. 2 of those players that are at Kaizer Chiefs, with Uzi Tekwinika and Ashley Dupreez.
And those were key players for...
Key players, definitely, those were key players, and a player like Ashley Dupreez is not playing with much confidence. He's playing well, just that in front of goal, he's been missing a lot of goals, and we saw Chiefs the last time they went to the Danny Craven Stadium. Ashley Dupreez was on the score sheet, capitalizing from the mistake there, So this is a game also where he'll be key. We've seen now Dolly, when he started, he was off form, but he's now gradually making progress, even scoring, So Chiefs are now slowly but surely picking up, and I think a player like Edmison Dove has improved Kaizer Chiefs' defense. Is giving them so much stability, Uhlanti now coming back also from that long layoff. He came back and cemented the position at left back. So they've got stability on the left end. Uzita Kwinika and Solomons. I think now Frosler will start playing. So you can now start to see the improvement at Chiefs. Khune now, I think he'll be the goalkeeper for the rest of the season, unlike the rotation that was happening. So the back line at Chiefs is now steady. We know what to expect, and they're now starting to play with confidence. And you've got Blom playing as a 6 also. He's improved. He came in, grabbed that position. So defensively, Chiefs are now looking like they'll be a hard nut to crack. And then offensively, they're getting the chances. Like I said, your Dupreez haven't been scoring. Caleb Beniminyama hasn't been scoring. He scored a brace against SuperSport. But against Amazulu, they missed a lot of chances. But when a team misses chances, I always say it's positive signs. You're getting into the final third, cutting the defense open. All you need to do is just now work on the finishing and scoring, unlike your Pirates, where there's a lot that still needs to be worked on. So it's promising signs for the Amakhosi, and we're calling on the Chiefs fans to be patient and trust the process.
And I must say, I'm impressed with Sekhukhune. He's improving game by game. So definitely. So do you think maybe he will be very impacting in this game? Like, how do you see it? Like,
definitely. I mean, Sekhukhune has been one of the shining lights at Kaizer Chiefs. Like I said earlier on, the 2 assists, he should have gotten them against Amazulu. He deserves the Bafana call up. He deserves the man of the match performances that he's been getting. And he's been the one player that has really brought some energy in the Chiefs team. Of course, there's room for improvements. There's a lot of elements in his game that needs to improve, finishing being one of them, probably the most obvious. You know, the timing of the rounds, he's got the energy, he's got the skill, but now he just needs to work on those few things, and then he'll become a very dangerous winger that's going to cause problems for a lot of defenders. So coming into this game, I think he's definitely going to start, provided he doesn't get injured or suspended, because by the time we recorded the video, Chiefs hadn't played Swallows. So yeah, if Sekhukhune is available for selection, I think he's definitely starting, and he's definitely going to continue causing problems for the Stellies defense, and probably link up with the Caleb and give Chiefs that all-important victory that they've been looking for at that Danny Craven Stadium. I mean, like we said, they won on penalties the last time, which count as a draw in 90 minutes. So the last 3 occasions, Chiefs have failed to beat Stellenbosch in 90 minutes, you know. So this is their time to say, let's end the hoodoo, let's beat this side.
So you're giving it to Chiefs?
Yeah, I think Chiefs can win this one, though a draw also is still a big runner. I was very confident last week on the draw. Chiefs and AmaZulu tipped the draw in everything, and it duly obliged. But now I think it's time for Chiefs to pick up maximum points. So I'll go for Chiefs a straight win here.
You've heard it, Ubanele Seshilo. So make sure that you get your predictions from us, Tinage Lana, Soccer Betting News. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Soccer Betting News, and don't forget to leave a comment on comment section. From me, Ayanda Vezi, and Ubanele Banza Pigwa City. Goodbye.
Sharp, sharp.
For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agents.